Hey, my name is Carl Lamb, and this is my video response to my creative bio in history. So I guess I'm going to start out by saying that apparently I've been pretty creative my whole life. It took me a long time to believe it, but I remember embodying it as a child and being told it a lot, and so it kind of just sunk in that I'm a creative person without really knowing exactly what that was, which I think is a very healthy thing early in life, to do things without really knowing what they are. And I think I'm still a creative adult. And I guess through the process of growing up, I've learned that creativity isn't always creating art or creating music or something. It's also interacting with the world in a truly unique way, a way that only you would interact with the world in, while appreciating the way that other people interact with the world and enjoying that space with your surroundings. So something that really impacted my creative process is, so I draw a lot in my notebooks as a kid, and it ended up getting me in trouble. A lot of my friends played violent video games in 5th grade, and I wasn't allowed to. Kind of makes sense, I guess, looking back at it now, but at the time I was really jealous, and so I draw all these scenes from video games that included guns and stuff, and a teacher ended up seeing it, and I got suspended. Now, this was during when Sandy Hook was happening, so looking back I can kind of contextualize it, but at the time I was in 5th grade. I did not know why I was in trouble. I just knew that the way that I was expressing myself creatively was not working, and even though it was really a pleasurable experience to me to express myself that way, everyone in my life was telling me, no, you can't do this. And so I think really what that led me to do was to kind of explore those boundaries a little more. Instead of me curbing it against the wall and being like, nope, okay, I won't do that anymore, I guess I kind of thought, well, what can I do then? And how far can I push my boundaries with my creativity? And so I would continue drawing stuff like that. And I don't think I ever got in trouble for it again, but it kind of led me to develop this mindset of what are my boundaries with creativity and how can I push them. To this day too, and something that has come out of that is me creating art with kind of controversial undertones. Maybe I don't know. Most recently I started creating t-shirts, block printing actually, and I'd put some really weird stuff on them, kind of wearing my intrusive, impulsive thoughts on my sleeve, quite literally. And I think that's a wonderful thing. I think that if you have a creative impulse, I guess my general philosophy is that if you have an impulse to create, you honor that, even if people don't like it, because it's going to help you figure out who you are and how you feel about things and how you feel about your own process of creativity. Why are you producing these things, and what do they mean to you? And even though I've taken this has come out in me and my roommate write songs about really weird stuff. Last song we wrote was about how when we were passing each other on the stairs, it kind of made a joke about how there's sexual tension there, and just to be funny and weird. But there have been other ways that, let's see, my orientation towards the more unspoken part of the mind has came out. An example I have is last year I wrote a poem, and I'm going to read it before I explain why this relates. It's called Excuses and Reasons. Excuses and reasons are the co-captains of my ship. It's not much, but it floats. I don't want to hug you because you were holding the ball. I don't want to take it from you. Even if I realize that I already had the ball, I might just panic and drop it. I want to hug you to see if your body feels like mine does. to see how far I can ride the wave before it crashes down and submerges me deep within the mess I find myself in each and every morning. The wave passes just enough for upward movement. So I tread water until I think I have emerged. It's hard to tell when it's raining. Excuses and reasons are why I keep diving in search of a ball that floats. So that was a poem, and I've never written a poem before. This is for a class. I just decided, like, screw it, let's explore something I haven't done, and let's also explore feelings and thoughts that are really kind of difficult and vulnerable for me, like what it means to be a man around other men, and how there's all these voices telling you what a man should look like, how resilient you should be, and how, I don't know, like, I just wanted to explore that a little bit, like, and I guess how it ties into me being focused on, like, controversial aspects of things is with a lot of other art, or a lot of art, I focus on what is controversial towards the world. What are people going to see and be like, that is weird, Carl. And this one is me taking a feeling that's controversial to me and exploring it more. And it's not as shocking. I think that the result of this poem, I've read it to a lot of friends, and they've all felt like they relate to it on a certain level. So sometimes trying to shock yourself is actually, I don't know, it's shocking that everyone has some of these deeper feelings in common. Yeah. So, I don't know, I guess in the future, since mostly I've participated in, like, silent art forms, like drawing and painting and stuff, I want to use more of my body. I like dancing. I wouldn't consider that an art form that I'm good at, but I do play music, and I think that vocalizing some of my deeper, more personally controversial thoughts could be a good way to express myself. And that's a hard thing to do sometimes, because truly hearing yourself and being gentle with yourself is not always an easy thing. With a painting or picture that you're drawing, you can choose to leave at any time. With a song that you're writing, like, it kind of sticks in your head a little more, and you're hearing yourself produce it too. I don't know, I guess I kind of just want to get my voice out into the world a little more, because I feel like it's been silenced a lot, and I should start realizing that I'm an adult and I can try again at art, and not let myself be told, like, what is right and wrong. So thank you for watching. Bye bye.